I hope everybody's enjoying the episode. I want to thank everybody for tuning in to Tales from the Jails. I got a very important announcement to make for anyone looking to get into IDD. It's called intellectual disability housing, where you can make a lot of money in this business, and you don't know where to start. You want to find a company that can help you get it done. Contact TNS Licensing and Consulting. That's TNS Licensing and Consulting. Numbers are 267-534-5053, 267-534-5053. Call now. Don't wait. We can help you get started. We train you on how to run a business. We teach you from A to Z how to get started, so forth and so on. That's TNS Licensing and Consulting. Number 267-534-5053, 267-534-5053. Call now. You want to get into the business, but you don't know how to start. Everybody's saying you can do this, you can do that. I can show you how to do. We show you how to get it done. We train you, get you prepared to pass the test. Everything you need to do. Contact us now. If you want to get into IDD, no matter what state you're in, you can be anywhere in the U.S. We get it done. That's TNS Licensing and Consulting. You want to get into IDD, contact us. First of all, I want to thank everybody for tuning in to Tales from the Jail. I have a special announcement to make. We have partnered with the company TNS Licensing and Consulting. For those of you out there who have an associate degree, a bachelor's degree, or a master's degree, and you're looking to work in a field where you can make over $100K a year. Yeah, I said it, $100K a year. The business is working in the medical field. If you're really serious and you have these degrees and you want to put them to use, you might have went to school, you have all this debt from going to college, and you're now working somewhere where you're not sure, what you want to do in your life, or you're working somewhere in which you didn't go to school. You're working somewhere where you don't want to be. We have something for you where you can make over $100K a year. And it's going to be in a field in which you get to deal with those who have mental disabilities. If you're serious and you want to get on track, get your life in order, pay off your debt, contact us, 267-982-0342. That's 267-982-0342. The number's right here. You see the number right here. Reach out to us. Call today. Hey, look, listen, as you know, your loved one's getting old. Everyone needs home care. You don't know what agency to go with. You see agencies on the buses, you see agencies in the bathrooms. Everywhere you go, you see home care agencies all around. You don't know what agency to choose from because all of them were saying 401k. All of them had a lot of the same things that they offer: vacation pay, top dollar. You see it everywhere. So you see these home care agencies, and you're trying to pick and choose, trying to weed out the real from the fake. You don't know which agency to choose. You don't know who I'm going to choose, what I'm going to do. What you do is you contact us. No more long lines at the welfare office. No more, waiting for someone to call you back. You don't know who's going to help you. You heard all this stuff before. I'm going to get you your services. I'm going to get your mom approved. I'm going to get your grandmama approved. I'm going to get your brother approved. Whatever. You hear all these things. People want to get you set up, get you going. But you still sit at home waiting to get home care services to get approved. Call us. We'll help you. 267-982-0342. 267-982-0342. Contact us. I'll point you in the right direction of what agency to choose. That's 267-982-0342. 267-982-0342. What's up? We live on all platforms now. Like I said, we're live on YouTube, Instagram, Twitch, Kick. Am I missing anything else? Am I missing it?
TikTok?
No, not TikTok.
Not TikTok? I thought you had everything covered.
No.
I'm ready to start naming names that don't even exist. But to back up a little bit, I had started explaining this morning, before everybody was, tuned all the way in or tapped in. Mm-hmm. But now that everybody tapped in, I'm gonna back up just a little bit. Today, I want to, open up with, surrounding yourself with the right company, whether it be animals, whether it be human beings, whether it be business partners, just the right company, period. That's one thing, that's detrimental to a person that's coming home from incarceration. Mm-hmm. And, besides him having the need in himself to want to do right, because, it got to start with him. And then, you have your trickle down effects as far as in, the peers that you keep around you. I was like I was saying, I wake up and I talk to a couple of my co-defendants, we still on jailhouse time. Like dudes that you notice that did 10 years or better. Maybe you might even meet a dude that did a year better, but you get, you conform to certain ways that you used to live in prison. And one of them things is to be up every morning early. Every morning I'm up before 7 o'clock and stuff like that. It's very random that you see me sleeping in bed at 9 and 10. And that's not a knock on the people that, that's off work and they got their day to themselves and they can go ahead and lay up to 12. And, when you're in prison, you don't have that luxury due to the atmosphere. So Monday through Sunday, you up at that door at 6 o'clock as soon as they pop it. So now that becomes indoctrinated into you. This becomes a way of life, especially if you've been doing it repeatedly for years and years and years on end. I say that to say, one of the things about doing that is being in society, right? And you have your peers that you hang around, right? And it's best that you find a group of peers that's on what you want, that's trying to strive, that want something better out of life, that want it at a alarming rate, but not only at an alarming rate, but want it on a no criminal activity involved. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? So, like I told you, I call my co-defendants up. I got a couple of them that I call from time to time in the morning. We'll talk every morning. I'm talking about 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, and we conversing about life. Mm-hmm. And one of the co-defendants, Nard, shout out to Nard. I said that already, and he told me about an outing he had about 2 weeks ago, right? Mm-hmm. And during this outing, he had about 3 men that was his men that was at the outing, but they brought a couple other people that was their friend. Mm-hmm. Like your friend is not my friend. Just because you might have met somebody else and build a bond with them over there, me and you friends of our own accord. We're brothers because of how we know each other. Yeah. But we're not going to have the same friends. Mm-hmm. Now, you might look at something that's totally honest. Like for example, you haven't been to prison for years on end. So it's certain things that's not indoctrinated into you. Yeah. Whereas though it would be into me. And I might look at something that's perfectly, innocent and look at it as crazy. Like, for example, me and my girl was, and I'm going to get back to Nord. Me and my girl was talking the other day about, regular life stuff. And somebody had walked past in the other room, which was one of the kids, and farted. Boom. I'm like, well, damn, man, you could lose your life over that. And just for me, just even having that concept still in society shows the institutionalized how my mind think. Yeah. And it shows you the different geographics behind farting on the street and farting in the penitentiary. You know what I'm saying? Around someone. I remember one time back in the day, right? Little quick story I got an old head. We was hustling inside the little dope crib we got on Fairmount Avenue. We hustling, we selling good. We selling drugs real good at the time. This is about the mid to late 90s. And he come back with 4 wings and fried rice. Mind you, at the time, I'm a juvenile. I ain't never did no time or nothing like that. He's a well-seasoned criminal and vet and going to jail.
Who was it?
Ren.
Ren 10, yeah.
So he says to me, he didn't say to me, I'm sitting there eating his chicken wings and rice. We conversing about what what got to be done in criminal activity and what we doing and all that. And while he's eating, I cock over and fart. Burn. He stopped eating and look at me. I'm like, damn, what's up? Like, so what you say we gonna do the rest of the day? He got the little plastic fork in his hand and he like sitting next to me like, and I'm not thinking nothing of it. And he stabs me with it. Boom! I jump up like, damn, what the hell is you doing? So he like chasing me around. This the big homie. Mm-hmm. I'm a little young boy, so I'm like, damn. But he was so mad that I farted while he was eating. But this is a jailhouse trait. Mm-hmm. Like a dude to kill you for farting. Yeah. For farting, you can lose your life. But now that you're on the street, farting is like it's a natural thing to do. Yeah. It's a natural thing to pass. That means you're healthy if you can have farts that's loud and all that.
Really?
The doctors will tell you
if you have a loud fart.
Yes, if you have a fart like brr, that means your system is flowing right.
Because it's loud.
It's loud. You're
so
releasing air from your.
It's silent. That means
it's not. It doesn't. That don't mean you ain't healthy. But that they say that a loud, nice, good fart is signs of good health. All you gotta do is punch it up. We got the app for everything now. Everything can be questioned now.
Okay.
But with that being said, right, I tell you about certain little acts that can happen that can cause you, a person to think like, damn, you're not in jail no more.
Also, another thing, I'm gonna cut you off, but remember you was talking about not minding your own business.
Yeah, minding your own, but yeah,
like somebody we talking, somebody coming and butt in our business or interrupt us in the middle of a conversation. That's like in jail. That's
a super no. That's a super no. You'll get punched up. You can get stabbed for that. I'm talking about to the highest max. You come in mind, let alone butting in the business if you walk through two men talking and don't say, excuse me. But these are things that you can't take to the streets with you.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to say is you got to really conform and become a civilized, that's like animal rules if you really want to think about it. Like, them rules don't apply on the street. Like, a dude ain't walking past you two dudes right there and he like, excuse me, y'all, and he walking right around y'all. But in the penitentiary, that's frowned upon. You walking past, say, excuse me, cuz. You know what I'm saying? It's the utmost respect. Now, I want to go back to what me and Nora was talking about. And I'm telling you about associating yourself with the right people. And they went out to eat. Like I said, he had 3 dudes that he was with that he know very fine, probably a couple of them my co-defendants or whatever. But they know each other. They've been around each other for years. They know each other. I'm talking about how one person could just mess up the whole thing by being around y'all that's not on the same thing y'all on. Mm-hmm. And this one person, they at the table. There's about 4 or 5 of them there at the table. They ordered their food, but it's a little young boy. He's serving them. He's serving them. He they waiter. You know, he grinding. He 18, 19. They like on Ceylon Avenue somewhere, like a little, I forgot which restaurant. Be one of these little restaurants.
Yeah.
You know, he in there, he grinding. Evidently you can see he in here working. He ain't on he a young boy.
Yeah.
But it's one dude that comes out with him. He ain't never been in jail. He just one of the guys. Mm-hmm. Just because you one of the guys don't mean you're thorough. You just ain't told on nobody and you always been working. All right, that's cool, but that still don't solidify you as thorough.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he out with them, with this guy that I'm talking about. So the young boy at the table, he like, yo, man, next time when you bring all them forks back and you see his fork, because he brought forks out for like 4 people, but it was 5 or 6 of them.
Yeah.
So he didn't know. But the way he going at the young boy, my man that I'm talking to, my Cody, he like, but he don't say nothing. He wait till the young boy leave. He like, damn, man, why you talking to the young boy like that? He ain't even know nothing. I can see if he getting smart. And then not only that, he handling our food.
Yeah.
You're back here giving him lip and ordering him around like he a young boy. He just telling him to get 2 more forks. Yeah. It's not that deep. Okay. The dude like, damn, what you mean by that, Nard, and this and that and this and that. The young boy come back, they quiet down. Young boy leave. Old head pop fly again, like with Nard now. Like, yeah, man, you mean such and such a nigga. And Nard go right on him. Nard a man. Nigga died.
Oh, just yelled at him.
Yeah, like, nigga, what But okay. This could have led to something else. But being as though he ain't really cut like that, he got up and leave.
Yeah, I mean.
He got up, he left, he slammed his money down like for them to pay whatever for his joint, but he left.
Yeah.
But this, like, one instant could have caused the whole thing. Like he said, this dude is not only a young kid that you got to work with, he came out and bought 4 forks to 6 of us. All right, young boys, 2 more of us. He gonna go get it. Instead of the And then not only that, he's dealing with their food.
Exactly.
You're not even using common sense that God gave you. Yeah. You're sitting here talking to him like he's some peasant, and he got to go back here and get you a plate of pasta. Is you crazy?
Exactly. And then on the flip side is, you see somebody like the young fella, I'm not sure who he is, but if he's out there and remember the story, we might probably want to get him on the show. But you look at the situation with the young fellas, and a lot of young guys. Everybody that's young is not into some foolishness. Sometimes people just working.
You see, he right there working in the restaurant,
and some people aren't, like you said, around this type of environments where they have to act a certain way, or they feel like they need to act a certain way, or the companionship is not driving them to be something other than a law-abiding citizen. And whatever people do, we just trying to spread the word to try to change. But in this situation, this person who's ridiculing or speaking to this young fella in a aggressive manner, he got to control himself, because this young boy is trying to do the right thing. And you don't want to deter him from, like, he could have been sitting there like, man, I'm tired of this job, man. I could be over here selling this. And then you aggressively approaching him in a manner which can probably push him to possibly say, you know what? I'm done. I'm about to go over here and go sell or go rob and steal.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because now, by your attitude and your negativity, you could be unleashing him into society to be a criminal. And this is not, saying that, the young boy get a pass for that if he chooses to do that, but this can ultimately lead him into going in that direction of negativity. So we got to be very, very careful, especially as the adults. You an older guy, you see a young guy trying to provide for himself in the right manner. You have to cultivate him. You got to speak to him in a manner, and you shouldn't leave him a crazy tip, because now on duty, you should leave him a crazy, compensate him for his efforts because he's trying to do the right thing.
But there's all types of aspects in this one thing, right? Not only that he not paying attention, that this dude is handling their food and you still want to get crazy with him. Not only the fact that he's young and you can give him a little advice, he can't take accountability, bro. By him, Nard ain't check him right away. He like, damn, young boy, he just giving him some good. Young boy, I'm here. Young boy, he ain't know nothing. I mean, just pipe down with him, man. Mm-hmm. He cool and he got our food. And by him still like, nah, not seeing the logic in it, this fool can't even take accountability.
Yeah.
So now I say that to have these type of people around you is destined that something bad is going to happen due to this one little rotten apple that's with you all the time or it comes around you. So my thing is to stay away from these dudes, man. A lot of us, man, go out here in the world and we deal with certain people that is liabilities, man. They more so liabilities than they are assets to you. And you don't want that around, man. That can ruin any type of proposition type of position you're trying to get into, and you got him with you or her with you. It's the same thing for a woman. Like a woman or a man, you got to have the right people around you all the way around the board. Now, mind you, we human. We're not perfect. That's why you got the word accountability, to own up to whatever nut shit that you did. And that's a part of growth. When you can own up and be like, yeah, I was out of pocket. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to go ahead and make a change. That's the first step to making that change, by taking accountability. They teach you that in all the juvenile facilities, jail teach you that and all that. Mm-hmm. But
that's just, it's very, very important to for us to cultivate the youth. As I said before, on many occasions, you have the youth out here who aren't always trying to do the wrong thing, and those who are doing the wrong thing, it's still not right to push them away, because they could be looking for the right conversation, the right gesture for them to stop doing the wrong thing. Mm-hmm. And just as easy as they trying to stop, it could be someone who's heading in the direction to do the wrong thing, and your conversation that you have with them or your interaction with them can lead them to go left. So we have to be very, very careful. And also, I speak all the time about us being the elders, or I look at myself as an elder to a lot of these young boys. Like all of us know a bunch of young boys doing the wrong thing, and all of us know a bunch of young boys who are doing the right thing. You got to approach them both in the manner of trying to cultivate them and keep them either on the right path or deter them from going left, and bring them over to with your the positive aspect. But you can't save everybody, and the thing with that is you got to attempt to save everybody. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You can't look at it like, I can't save everybody. You got to try to save everybody that you can, by just having a conversation. Your mannerisms, your approach to people ultimately can help save lives. So another thing is, I know we talk about the situation. I just want to ask a little bit about the young girl. What's her name? Kadah Scott.
The one that was murdered?
Yeah, Kadah Scott, the girl who was she was murdered, and she was placed behind a school, and I know everybody was talking about that.
And they found her remains.
Yeah, and she was actually killed, supposedly or allegedly killed by the guy Keon King, something of the sort. These type of cases, right? I wanted to ask about it because people were talking about that in the chat, a few days ago. These type of cases, when these high profile cases when men kill women, men kill children, these type of situations, what happens to them more so in the county and then leading to them going upstate? What's normally the outcome for
when they killing? They once a dude, first of all, they come in and they not putting that business out there. They not putting that business out there at all.
Well, I'm saying, but such a high profile case. This is a high profile case.
Yeah, but
so people know who he is coming in.
The guards know who you is. In the counties, you can not hide it because, like you say, it's a high profile case. So a lot of people, but they ain't got the TVs on it. Not now. Them TVs, they might, and if they do got the TVs on, they not watching the news. They not watching the news, so the guard will know who you is. Now a guard will put you out there. That's the boy that did such and such. Mm-hmm. Telling some other convicts, and niggas like, what, for real? Like, for example, there's a story right now. I was just over there in the county. It was one dude in a wheelchair over there. He was crippled. Mm-hmm. He was crippled, but he had all upper, like he couldn't walk. He was paralyzed. And come to find out, he killed his mom. Killed his mom and his sister.
How he killed?
They killed him, stabbed him to death.
Wow.
He was in there ready to go to trial for it, and he was like pleading like intemporary insanity or something like that. But once the guard had to enlighten dudes, this is who he was, because he was drawing on himself. Like when it was time for him to go down, he wouldn't want to go in his cell and lock in. He'd put his leg out the door because he crippled. And they'd try to shut the door, and he'd be like, man, they won't. He was just giving the guards a fit.
Yeah.
Then they go out there and tell the men, Yeah, man, you know he ain't. That's the one that killed his mom. So dudes be like, damn, I heard he was in the jail, but I didn't know it was him. Yeah, that's him, but he crippled. They ain't cared nothing about that. They was locking, socking him, stomping him out his wheelchair. They pulled his wheelchair out the cell. He in on the floor. He like trying to swim on the floor with just his top body to just move and get underneath the bunk bed where he wouldn't keep getting a barrage of hits with fists and blocks. So don't nobody care about
this.
This
was in the county or the feds?
This was in the county. This was in the county just now when I was back for the violation. So I'm looking like, damn, this is just like a dog-eat-dog world. But if you committing them type of acts, man, when you come through the prison, it's not going to be no easy stay for you. Like when you killing women, you child molesting children, you killing children. Like them dudes is frowned upon heavily.
So this guy, Kadah King, so to speak, he's allegedly, like it hasn't been proven because, they're saying all the evidence is pointing towards that he did it. But he hasn't been proven guilty. But this trial is still going on, so the criminals in there are going to look at him as he's guilty from the rip.
Yeah, as soon as he come in there, he get found guilty for it.
No, I'm saying he ain't been found. He's been arrested.
Man, they looking at him from the rip. He did that. If he come in there, he got a child molesting case and he fighting the case.
Well, he killed this woman.
Well, I'm just talking about period. I'm just saying. I'm just child molestation, killing a woman. You are automatically guilty in the convict eyes. You ain't even got to go to trial. Just be charged with it. Dudes is beating you. You ain't got found guilty or exonerated for it. Well, if you coming in with that charge, they on your line.
So to speak, this guy Kadah King is
he done slid down a razor blade into an alcohol river.
He in a lion's den with
he done
pork chop
slid
draws
down
on.
a razor blade into an alcohol river. Hey, then you got that charge on you, and you come in there, dudes ain't waiting to hear the results of what the jury or the judge got to say. You shouldn't have that charge. That's just it. Now you might have a dude in there that's just been falsely accused, but he still got to go. That's why they get them lawsuits. Man, I was in there falsely accused of raping children. Man, they was in there beating the brakes off me. And the whole time, that's why they get big time $10 million settlements, $20 million settlements because of what they endured off of their accused crime. So that's what goes on in there,
so
heavy.
Even the inmates, even if the guards didn't do it, the inmates do it. The jail is still liable to pay you, compensate you for something that an inmate did to you in there.
Yes, they have to. Yes, that's why they sue. When you got them dudes, then this is all a part of, because this is a emotion that you putting in. Yeah, I'm suing because I was falsely accused. Not only was I falsely accused, I was beating, I was raped, I was beaten on numerous occasions because of the accusations that y'all brought me in here on, and come to find out I ain't do it.
Okay, so it's not just the actual, not just against the actual facility or the prison. Excuse me.
It's the overall act.
Like I got locked up.
I would have never been through none of this if y'all wouldn't lock me up.
Okay, wow.
That's just it. And for real, to stand correct, that's correct.
Now I'm asking you, how often do you see cases where people are found are innocent in these situations? Like out of 9 out of 10, if you see 9 out of 10 of these cases, how many people you saw that was actually innocent?
1. Every time. The police don't be getting it wrong all the time. If it's 1,000, it might be.
In these type of cases, like murdering women, killing kids.
Yes. You don't always have dudes beating them Jones, man. How many times? Because that be on the news. There's a lawsuit following that. We see that periodically. You see that man spent 26 years in jail. Come to find out he ain't did it. And they gave him a $20 million settlement. Yeah, all the time. You rarely see, you rarely see someone, flipping that over and coming out. You have it, but not like how you have dudes standing with that conviction for whatever time they got. Yeah, man, police don't be just waking up and just going locking up a dude. Yeah, we said you chopped this woman's head off down the street. You did it. No, it got to be some evidence pointing towards you doing that. Then do they get it wrong sometime? Yes, they do. But the majority of the time, they got their man, and that's just it.
And then now I'm asking you a question. Now, being up in the feds with these type of guys who like murder their girlfriends and murder their moms or children,
and there's a lot of them in there.
Describe like their mental state. They like regular people, or
they're regular. They're some of the nicest people you ever met in the world. These people, man, I'm talking about, and they're more so nice because they know what they did, and they know that the predators in here now they're not the predator no more. They're the prey now.
Oh, they humble now.
The humble humbles us viciously. So now they still, a lot of them be you know, the white ones that I met that commit these crimes, because it's more so of a, not to say that black people don't commit them type of crimes, but you'll have more so white people committing them type of crimes.
Oh, wow.
You know, you have black people, you know, selling the crack, robbing dudes, killing each other. But the mass, like the murder that killed my mom, woke up, it'd be the white boy that did that. Not to say a black didn't do it, but you got more so of white people committing them heinous acts than you do black.
Wow.
And that's just, it's proof in the pudding with that. And when you meet these dudes come from a square background. They wasn't like gangsters like you hear whereas though you have a dude out here on this block, he's selling coke all day, every day. He busting niggas to keep him off the block. I mean, he keep getting his money. He's growing up underneath a criminal. These dudes don't be criminals. They just spaz out and do some psycho shit. You know what I mean? Something didn't go right. Mom to cut off the Wi-Fi. Why you turn off the Wi-Fi? You know, living with mom still going there and killed her. You know what I'm saying? Over some real totally just absurd notation to do that.
Kill your mom over Wi-Fi.
They doing it. Like that little black kid that went in the church down in Alabama and killed all them black people. Let that white kid in, man. They let that white person, they killed like 6, 7, 8 older black people, man. Talking about Jesus told him to do. You went to this is an all black church. They let you in. Mm-hmm. You killed everybody in here. That's like a mental situation going on. That's not like, because you ain't never committed a crime up until this day. Then you got a lot of these dudes that be older. These dudes be in their 40s and they don't be young boys. Like you have young boys that do stuff, but majority of these psychos that killed their wife and family, they be older dudes, man. Them dudes being well off in their 40s, ready to get their pension and stuff like that. They regular law-abiding citizens, so now when you meet them, it's not like you meeting a criminal. Yeah. He's a criminal because of the act he just did, but not like a hardened criminal as myself, the background I come from, of breaking law damn near my whole entire life just to put some food in. No, these people are not like that. These people got a whole different, they got some money, they got some family with money, you know what I'm saying? And then they just did the psycho shit out of nowhere. Now, so when you meet them, they be having a little bit of common sense, they be smart, they know a lot of things, they could probably help you out with things. You like, damn, what made you do that? And they don't even got an answer. Because you know niggas is asking, why you do that, bro? That was crazy. Why you drown the baby? I just woke up one day and I just blacked out. Just blacked out, my guy. You know, I sit around these dudes for years on end. Years on it, because they punishing you if you do something to them people. They protect them.
Yeah, I know. So the conversation with them be like, yeah, man, I don't know what happened. I just blacked out.
Yeah, they shell up. They're just be like, man, I just with God, just with God, man. God know my heart. Like they be like burnt the fuck out. They don't be like, yeah, you know what? Because I had. They really look at it like man, they got a whole perspective, man. But they're not the hardened criminal that you're used to.
What's the most ruthless type guy you ever talked to? One of them guys, and he was like really ruthless about it. Yeah, I did it. Like, yeah.
I haven't never talked to one that did that. I haven't never came upon a dude that killed his mom and his family and just was boisterous about it and was callous to it. Like, yeah, I haven't met one of them yet. And I met a lot of dudes that killed their family members and shit like that. Just went off. None of them gave me that type of attitude. The ones that I did confer and talk to and all that, they never gave me like, yeah, like they standing on business and they're all remorseful. And these is regular people, like they just spazzed. Not saying that's a right to give them a right to go ahead and do what they did. They have a sickness.
What about the ones who just committed murder, like heinous crimes? Like, yeah, I did it. Like, what about are they callous? Or they like, well, I was going with something at the time.
Man, them niggas that did it, you don't even ask them about their case. They ain't telling you about their case. Them niggas is like, what's up? See, these are two different type of murderers. Mm-hmm. When you got a dude that's running around, he might be a hitman or something like that, or he just a murderer because he killed for his money or whatever. He's a murderer. This dude that did the murder and the killing his family is a murderer too, but he's a sick murderer. He just woke up and drowned his kids and killed his wife. Like he went through something to send him over edge. He's not with that. The other murderer I'm talking about, this is a callous person. You understand? You got two different type of persons that do murderers, and that's just it, man. That's a fact.
But the ones that just callous, they be like, yo, why you asking me questions about what I did? The real criminals who commit these type of crimes, murder for whatever reason they may have to maybe in the street, but those type of people, if they found guilty, they look at you. Why you asking me questions like about?
Yeah, you're not even gonna ask him a question. You're not gonna ask no man no men. Don't no men get no men business. For the men that did times in them penitentiaries and shit did time. Yeah. You'll hear about like that's the boy that's locked up for the 3-4 Jones, man. He was a head buster. And then he'll just get labeled by that. Like, and he might be the nicest dude. He might work the law library, work the kitchen. Yo, you need some extra chicken and shit. You be like, damn, this nigga killed like 4 or 5 motherfuckers. This nigga, you'll never even known if you ain't know about his case. But you ain't gonna play with him and ask him about it either. See now with these motherfuckers psychos, these white boys that did that, they already pray.
Yeah.
So it's like, damn, man, what made you do that, cuz? He already lunched meat in there. So it's like he in there like, well, I did it because he know he lunched me. So and I pray to God every day. And like I said, majority of them is white boys. So they got a different approach, man. You don't go ask no man about no body he done caught because you fuck around and be the next one. Now these white boys that's in there and they went psycho for a second and annihilated half of their immediate family, they the ones getting pressed out, Selly in there. They tell me the whole story, what happened. And they'd say, ain't no man telling you about the murders he did, whether he convicted of them or fighting them. And that's just it.
Yeah. Now, because, I heard cases where people got cool with their Selly, think they Selly was cool when the Selly was an informant. They may have.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, you got
locked in there forever.
What they call that jump? Oh, that's called case hopping. Like for the dudes and feds, when you have a situation like that, we call that, man, he jumped on his case. You know what I'm saying? Like me and you just met. They just threw us in the cell together. You got this. I'm trying to get information from you. I get a little information, go back to court and tell about the information I got from you. They'll separate us because now they're using me as a witness against you, and I hopped on your case. I ain't a part of that case or nothing. I'm just looking to try to get some time off the case that I have.
Have you ever seen something where somebody testified, like jumped in your case and testified in your behavior, or the feds won't even allow them to do that? Like, nah, man, ain't. Because the person might, no, I'm just telling you, man, he really ain't do that. And they go back.
What, in your favor?
Yeah, like he be like, yo, I'm really.
No, they only, fuck no.
They don't even care.
No, they don't even care. They only using what can hurt you. Like, it ain't like your lawyer can get one of the cellies and be like, man, I talked to him, man, because he told me he really didn't do it. No.
Because he's in there with you, so his credibility.
Like,
that's crazy though. How come a credibility works in just one way? Like
exactly. It is something to think about. The credibility to think about it, y'all. I can go over there and tell the feds, me and him cellies, and he got a big murder case. I can tell the feds, man, he talked to me about the murders he did. Yeah, man, he was telling me he was happy when he was doing it. He got them people out of here. They'll take that, and I can testify on him to that. Now, if I go over there and say, man, I talked to that man, and he was crying in there, man, he ain't do that, man. He said he ain't do it or nothing. They won't use that. Think about it. That's something to say.
Yeah.
This shit is designed for you to crash and burn. If y'all ain't listening, y'all done lost y'all goddamn minds, man. Listen to what I just said again. I'm running back past you again. I can go over there, me and him in cellies, and tell them that me and him conversed about the murders that he committed, and tell them little things that you liked it and all that, and they will take my word for that and have me as a character witness against you on his trial. But if I go over there and say, in other light of things, man, I was talking to such and such, and he cried to me and told me how he ain't do it, and I believe it. They not listening. Yeah, go ahead back to the cell.
That's crazy.
And that's what's going on, man. That's what's going on. And that's something crazy to think about. You will use that, but you would definitely never use that. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's just like, it's like you being set up for failure. I want to take a quick break now. I want to say something now. Listen, make sure y'all tomorrow at 6 p.m. And we got Spado, Philly's own Spado. Spado comes on to Tales from the Jails tomorrow at 6 p.m. If you are a member, you can watch it today. But he's going to be on our podcast tomorrow. Here's a brief a clip of Spado. There's a lot of difference too, like from when you went in, like, we kind of like the same. We just around the same age, so you at that, like we was a little bit more tuned to trying to get some type of money. Now they just not saying it's right at all, but we was kind of tuned into trying to do things to get money. They just do things just because just anything.
Well, clout is the currency to them. Clout is the money. Attention is the narcotic.
Clout is the currency.
Clout is the currency to them. They no longer idolize the successful drug dealer. Like the nigga that had the money was the pinnacle in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Not the killer is the pinnacle. All they talk about, young boy got 5 hats, or this dude got. That's who they idolize. They want to be that guy. They want to be. Money's not even. And Dada tell you this. We in it. They don't even talk about money. Money. What I need that for? They'll say that to you. Like, yo, how you gonna get some money? I don't need no money.
You don't need to wash up.
What do you mean you don't need no money?
Oh, they walking in there, we're not washing up, young boy.
Wash up, man.
Listen, man, I done had the conversation. I had to tell young boys how to brush their teeth, how to take a shower properly, how to, you know what I'm saying? And at first it's like, it take you back, but after you done dealt with so many young men like that, it's like sad, and it's like, damn, you never really learned. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn.
Yeah, so, thank everybody for tuning in. And don't forget to watch Spado tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern time. And also, you can listen to it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. It'll be live at 6 p.m. on all those platforms as well. Now, in regards to like this type of situation, like we spoke about, like a person can testify to the negative, but can't testify to the positive.
Mm-hmm.
Is there something where though, like, would it make sense for a lawyer to bring your cellie in there to speak on your behalf, or people in the jail to speak on your behalf?
I'm saying that's what they do. Lawyers bringing people in there to speak on your behalf, but I never seen it done like at an actual trial. It'll be like during sentencing before that you done found guilty already, and then they're putting up people to paint a picture of you like, he this type of person. I known him all my life, and he probably made a mistake, and it'd be after. But it never be during the trial. Like I bring someone in there, like and they put a person on the stand in the middle of trial. Yeah, I know he didn't do no. You're not getting none of that. But you'll have everybody in there saying negative about you. You're not having no good. You're only getting that good during sentencing.
And then they present that to the jury, and the jury's looking at it, but the jury, and then they'll try to kill the credibility. But also that goes vice versa with the DA and in the offense. Defense, your lawyer is going to try to sabotage a person's character because of what he's in jail for.
Right.
If he went up there and spoke negative about you, so it kind of goes both ways. Now I'm asking another question. Once a person gets upstate or gets up to their jail in the feds, when they coming through, right, and people are checking paperwork, is it more detrimental for you to be your paperwork checked? They're checking it for whether you are a rat, or they checking it to see whether you mess with kids, or whatever is
all of it, all of that is in limelight. Because if you mess with kids, you ain't a part of the car. That's looked at as like you might as well rat it.
Oh, so that's just like the same thing.
Yeah, if you a pedophile, if I come up to the yard and my paperwork said, yeah, he's been with a 5-year-old and a 4-year-old, niggas is getting me off that yard. I'm on the right yard. Niggas ain't having me run around that yard, and I'm a chomo.
Now,
and that's short for child molester.
So the 066 car, right? That's Philadelphia,
right?
So it be
all cars. It ain't just a Philly car, DC car. If they find out, you got some dudes that get harbored. And then a bunch of dudes to keep it quiet, but you got to have some money or something going on where dudes can benefit from you. You got to be going to commissary real good. You got to be able to put money on my books, money on Dine books, money on Mel books, so we're going to keep you around until that money, exhausts itself. Other than that, like, you ain't really one of the guys. If you come through and that paperwork got you telling, got you as a chomo, what else? They the two top things that can have you exonerated from that yard. To get the hell on.
What, a chomo?
Yes, a child molester, yes. Yes.
Another thing too, like, it was just the woman, she just it was a woman who she got decades in prison. She had a son, right? Her son was like mentally ill.
Right.
And she was like neglecting him. I mean, I think that they were like beating him and hitting him and all these different things. It was sent to me by one of my guys, sent it to me on the WhatsApp. And it was a bunch of stuff about them like mistreating this kid, beating this kid. The man, I believe the father's still on the run, I believe. I don't know if he's court, but the mother, she just got a bunch of time. That stage is still the same thing, like neglect. You caused your kid to die by neglect. So you're coming up here, your charges, we're gonna carry you up here just for that as well.
Well, like, that won't be just. I'm saying people are still like put a little friend on them, but you neglect it. Like, neglect could be like you left out. You thought you was gonna run down the street to the store and come right back and everything be cool, and then a kid got into something and died. You know what I mean? So people would just be like, man, that's a goddamn fool. You know what I mean? Whoever that, like, while we in jail, you'll be classified as a fool. You know what I'm saying? You ain't, whereas though you killed your kid or you sucked your son's penis and he was a child, it won't be looked at in the measure. You understand what I'm saying? That's like the extremes. So it's like neglect. Like I said, the girl, they just charged her the other day. Y'all probably familiar with it. To whereas though I seen something on she was on a computer, and the little girl was playing in front of her, and then she like fall out on the floor. So the mom looked at her like, "Girl, what is you doing? Get up!" But went back onto the computer. It looked like she was just sleeping. Whole time she was having a heart attack. The mom don't know nothing is really serious till like 45 minutes to her in the computer. So she looked down again to see her daughter still laying on the floor like, come on, get up, like, get up. And then when she finally went to go try to mess with her and see what was going on, she noticed that it's a major problem. Yeah. Her whole face blew and everything. Y'all can look this up. This just happened recently. And they arrested her for negligence.
But she probably, but yeah.
Yeah, she didn't really. She thought her daughter was playing and just got, mommy, look, the daughter was just playing by her because she got a camera in her crib. And she worked from home. She on the computer and the daughter right there playing. She got the toys and she like, mom. And she told her, what's up, baby? And you see them conferring together through the camera. And then you see the girl just like go out. But it don't look like a go out, like a medical go out. You know when we talking right now and I just go out right now, you know that ain't gonna be natural.
Yeah.
It was like, mommy, and then she like got on the floor.
Dang.
And then you like, man, all right, get up, girl. And you over there doing what you doing.
Man, I'll protect us from that home.
I mean.
So another thing,
but they locked her up. They charged her.
They charged her with not with murder though. They charged her with negligence.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
That's a bad picture.
She probably ain't know what was going on.
She didn't know what was going on.
So another thing I want to talk about too, Trump. He was this. I don't know if this is because we know he wasn't here all week. So Trump is reportedly considering commuting Diddy's 50-month sentence as early as this week. What does it mean to commuting? What does that mean?
Man, that means send him home. Meaning he basically like what they call that when you put in for a clemency and the judge sets you free.
Yeah.
Like he's commuting his system, like basically saying like he got the time and he can go ahead and go. Not even the time in, but we exonerating him. He did what he did. We expunged him. He go ahead and go. And Trump can do that
because he's the president.
Yes.
Do you think there'll be any backlash for Trump doing that?
Oh yeah, everything Trump do is a backlash. But Trump seemed like he for them. I ain't gonna lie, man. I know a lot of things got put into place for, the laws to change in state and federal prisons. And they got, it took time for these things to get changed to help the convict out, the dude that's incarcerated. Like a lot of sentence for certain things. And then it got changed during Trump's time. But it started from another president. So it looked like Trump gets all the, the praise and glory, like with the 2 point. I wasn't supposed to come home in 2029?
Mm-hmm.
That was when my sentence date is up. I got resentenced and came home. I wasn't supposed to, and that was on Trump watch.
Yeah.
The juveniles, the lifers, 2000 and what was that? 18, 19, or 17, excuse me. So I was down in Williamsburg, South Carolina, 17, 18. It passed that the juveniles was unconstitutional for them to get life now. And then that's when they started sending juvenile homes that had, like, we got a homie to come home off of that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? He had life in the penitentiary. He had natural born life, and he got it at 13 years old, around that age. But since that law got passed that it was unconstitutional to sentence a juvenile to life, it came through on his term. So it's like Trump for the minute, but he got a background of letting people go.
Yo, another thing I saw too with Trump, I know it's got a little off topic, but the child support thing.
Oh my God, that nigga Ray started right. He give you some good, but you know what though?
Do you think?
I think he right for it.
He's like making it weird as though like
and a lot of probably gonna get a lot of backlash for that, man. I'm gonna get a lot of backlash for this, and I understand that people out here struggling, they need help. But when do you get up and say, man, I'm gonna go ahead and stand up for something? Whether you got to go sweep a floor for a little $2, like you sitting around just collecting these checks, you just taking this free rent, $18 a month, and these nights. Like people out here busting their ass every day, man. What you do every day, Feek? You got 6 kids. And I like it's not overall, but I like to say that because of the large amount of kids you got. My nieces and nephew and them. You go out and bust your ass. You don't get no food stamps. So why is it fair for me to sit on my ass and collect $400 or $500? I agree with
No, I ain't talking about. I'm talking about the child support aspect.
He cutting the stamps too.
Yeah, I heard that, but
that's over with. You see all the girls on Instagram. I'm going in the market and I'm gonna order the same stuff that I usually get with my $900. And when I come up there and it say decline, I'm walking right out the market with my stuff. How he think I'm gonna feed these? Like, come on, like how long? Like, I agree with you.
Food is expensive though too. Like, I mean, I'm not.
I get it.
Some people need food stamps. Some elderly, older people, but
yeah, for young people, the young people that can get up and they're able and their body able, and you just sitting around collecting the check every month.
Now the thing
this come from people that's busting their ass. This taxpayer dollars.
Yeah,
that go towards this to fund this food stamps and medical health and all that. But like you said, it's people that fit that criteria that should get it. Older people that can't work no more. But they should give a person time. All right, if you want food stamps, I'm gonna give you 3 to 4 or 5 years to be on this with this government assistance, and then you got to start working. Because it's not fair for the people that's out here busting their ass every day. They getting up Monday through Sunday, going there and making it happen, bro. Making it happen.
Yeah.
They're working 2-3 jobs. just to pay, you know what I'm saying? And now here you go. I'm sitting over this joint getting $900 every month because I got 9 kids and I ain't got no baby father. And yeah, y'all got to get
I'm
me.
controlling my baby father with the child support system.
All that.
You know.
All that. So
then,
get up, go get a job.
But there are some men too who deadbeats.
Yeah, you got a lot more men than it is women.
And ultimately, that leads to what? Kids going to prison. The cycle of the kids, everybody. Because I saw something, man, that blew my mind. Right. I was doing some work one time on at a property, and it was a mother who had a daughter. Her daughter just turned like maybe 17, 18 or so, and she need to go out there and get them food. Get her some food stamps. Like
they're embedding that into the youth.
So you're putting that in your kids' mind.
It's cool to just sit around on government assistance.
Get food stamps, and now people don't even want to work. I can't make too much in my job, or I can't do this, do that.
Just where you can keep that little free money. And I get it, the easy way out. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it, but is it right? Nah.
But the child support thing, I said, I don't know how I don't have the actual details of it fully, but it was saying that Trump is now doing something with the child support. Was the woman who's getting child support, they can't claim the kids on their taxes. So you know how women like, I'm getting child support from him and I'm claiming the kids. Mm-hmm. So now the women,
if that man is paying child support, you get no taxes.
You get no income taxes.
So now that's
claim
a good,
the kids at all.
That's because they getting a double bubble.
Yeah,
I'm getting my taxes and getting a check from this nigga every month. That's not cool. Now, see, Trump think on a business mind standpoint. He a businessman. This man ain't become a billionaire for nothing. You got to work to do that. You got to be strategic. You got to be cunning. You got to plan. Mm-hmm. And his plan is, me personally, just because I say it don't mean it's right, but I see the plan working. Because I bet you they stop motherfucking taking that goddamn, which one you would rather have? You would rather have this $300-$400 I'm giving you every month? Because they ain't giving you a lot for child unless you rich. You know, if you're a regular person and got a little 9 to 5, that's $250, $300 a month. Okay, boom. All right, boo. Or your income taxes. A lot of these girls ain't got no damn job, so they gonna keep the girls, they ain't getting no income tax. Mm-hmm. A lot of dudes ain't got no job, and this ain't towards the women. I'm not targeting the women at all, but it's a lot of women that's on the welfare, and it's a lot of men. Shit, I'm on welfare right now. Got them kidding me a goddamn check. Give me mine, but I get it. We got to go out here and work. Shit.
Yo, so listen, like, you know, but the thing that I'm saying is this: the child support thing with the women and the men, you know, and it seemed like you saw men going in there and signing up for child support.
I seen them because I was there. For child support.
Yeah, for child support, they go in there and sign up for child support. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I ain't doing that.
Yeah, I'm saying they were signing up to be on child support because of the, you know, and also it kind of, I don't know if it's giving them some type of leverage, but what I want to say is this cycle of putting the dad on child support or the father being out of the lives of the children, this ultimately breeds what? Criminal activity. You know, a lot of these kids in the system, a lot of kids killed in the streets because people
in death in jail.
And yeah, whatever. So you see both of these instances coming from a lot of times the quarrels with the parents. The dad ain't around because he don't want to be around, or he trying to be around and the mom is controlling him with the actual, you know, the court system, taking him child support, taking his money, and both of these scenarios ultimately lead to why we up here today talking about Tales from the Jails, and a lot of these kids are coming from that, you know. So we see it happening so much. You know, I just want to kind of say this to the parents out there. You know, don't use your kid as a pawn to get over on the other parent in any way, because ultimately that child is going to be affected, and that child is going to get older and start making choices for themselves, and ultimately they can look at you in a crazy manner, you know, and you don't want to push a parent away, whether it's a male or a female, because we don't need our children in the prison system, you know. So this is just, you know, me speaking of that. So we got to try to come together. If you can't work it out with your kid's father or your mother's or your children's mother, try to figure out a way to put the child's best interest in place, because we don't want to see our children in the prison systems, and work together, you know, to live in a harmonious situation. If you can't, just try to find you know, a mediator in between, because these situations get messy, man, and ultimately these kids be ended up
they suffer the most
in the prison systems, man. You see it, like, cause think about it, out of 100 men in the penal system, how many of them come from broken homes?
Damn near all of them.
And we see the effect of it. So this is what happens. Either we got to rectify this between the male and the female, and keep our children out of prison, man.
And one thing, right? I want to go into this topic after this, right? For the people that's ready to go to trial, right? The dudes that committed whatever crimes that they did that carried them to trial. For the people that's going with the jury, more so in the feds than the state, because the feds make you go with a jury trial. Like, you rarely seldom see a guy go head up with the judge with the feds. Mm-hmm. And this is in the feds. So the feds forces you to go to trial. I'm only giving you my experience, not what I heard. We're talking about juries, right? I just want y'all to be aware that before you or while you are picking a jury, right? Now listen to me, follow me, y'all. While you're picking 12 members, you gotta pick 14 members. Because 12 judge you, and you have 12 that judge you, but you have 2 alternates in case someone get hurt or sick. Anything happens during the course of this trial, one of them gets, so they got somebody that can fill right in and be on a vote, yay or nay, on your innocence or your guilt.
Yeah.
Now, with that being said, during the process of this jury selection, I can only give you federal, not state, because I never had a state jury. During the process of a jury of picking and deciding who bees on the panel of your jury or whatever, once you come to, it'd be you, your lawyer, the DA, and the judge, right? At first, y'all in a room. Y'all in the panel room, and y'all picking jurors to go in there, and then when y'all get the 14 jurors that y'all want, y'all have a pool for them. Like, okay, this trial, the judge will explain to them this trial will take about 3 to 5 week business days. Anybody that got any upcoming surgeries, any upcoming court dates, any upcoming about to have a baby, or just can't be here for 2 to 3 of them days because of something that's needed in life that you got to attend to, raise your hand now. Okay, during this process, you'll be in a room. Like I said, it'll be you, your lawyer, the judge, and the DA. And it'll be a plush room too. It ain't no little cold room. No, it'll be a nice carpet room, nice wood mahogany table. You're sitting in wooden chairs like some old back in the day type of like court stuff. And you're in this room, right? Mm-hmm. And they ask the jurors, like I said, what I just said, if you couldn't be here for any one of the days that you're supposed to be judging over this trial on. So it'll be people that raise their hand, right? So y'all call them back there. Y'all, the judge, they'll come back there and they'll explain why they raised their hand. And some of them will say, oh, well, I'm pregnant. I'm supposed to be having a baby in like a week. So this shit get striked. She don't have to be a jury. It might be someone, I got a surgery coming up such and such date, and that's the time for trial. They'll get striked. They don't have to be a jury. Now, you have instances where you might have a person coming in and say, I don't think I will be fair in this trial. So the judge will say, well, why don't you think you'll be fair in this trial? Then I'm only giving you an experience that I had. It's an older black lady. She was about mid 60s to early 70s. Mid 60s, late 60s, early 70s. And she was like, yeah, I've been living in Philadelphia for over 40 years. My husband was killed 25 years ago, and they still haven't found the person that did that. Now, with that being said, I'm going to say that whatever y'all saying that these men did, streetwise criminal activity, and they're out of Philadelphia, I am going to agree with y'all. I'm not going to sit there and think that they might have did. I'm not going to listen to the facts that the lawyer present, that the DA present. I am going to look at them and say that they're guilty. Why? Because of the strife or the stress that my life been through when my husband was killed and y'all never found out who did it. No one was never brought to justice behind that. So now you can automatically strike that juror. The judge will be like, it won't be no rebuttal from the DA, it won't be no rebuttal from the judge. The judge will strike. Boom, and you only get a certain amount of strikes. The judge will be like, that strike don't get used towards the strikes that you have and the lawyer have, the DA have. So they'll strike that one. But now on the flip side, I had a white lady coming there. So yeah, I can't be, I don't think I could preside over this case. So the judge's like, well, what's the reason? What, you got any type of emergency, something coming up because you got to go, once you get jury selection and you get called for jury duty, that's obligatory upon you as being a U.S. citizen, you have to attend that. Am I right or wrong?
Correct, yeah.
You have to attend that once you get that in the mail.
Yes.
That you've been selected for a jury trial, so you got to go. Okay. Now, the other part, the flip side to the part where I told you about this lady just said, you know, it was a break for you about this lady saying that she couldn't be there because she's going to automatically look at you as guilty due to some past trauma that she went through prior in her life. You have the flip side to that, whereas though we had a white lady coming there. And she's saying to the judge, like, yeah, I don't think I could preside over this case because I'm not going. So the judge like, well, what's the case? What's the problem? She said, my father was sentenced to 18 years for transporting marijuana across state lines. She said he had a couple pounds of marijuana. I don't think that the 18 years, I think that was over punishment for just having marijuana and he crossed state lines with it. She's like, they could have gave him 5 years, even 10 years, but 18 years. And she's like, all he had was pounds of weed. Something that y'all have legal now today. You know what I'm saying? That you're still sentencing people to 18 years for. She's like, so in my mind, if these men y'all say this is a drug trial, and y'all might find him guilty for this, I'm going to think y'all going to sentence him to that, and I'm going to go ahead and lean and say he's not guilty. And your mind, in the convict by me, I'm like, damn, why she had to open her damn mouth. Because this could have been somebody that been up there on that jury panel that want to get me home. Yeah. But it go both ways. Because what if that black lady didn't open her mouth? She was in there being honest. I'm not going to sit here and listen. I'm going to act like I'm listening. It's going to be going in one area where I want to. In my mind, they did whatever y'all said. And she's going to be in one guilty.
Double-edged sword.
It's a double-edged sword. So know that. And then, mind you, ladies and gentlemen, mind you, audience, please, now I can't say this enough. I can't express this enough. Please, if you're going down that road and you got to go to trial and you are picking a jury, these people are not people from your background. If you're from Philadelphia, the inner city of Philadelphia, man, and I say it with so much emotion, man, because so many people was going to go through this, and I hope that y'all hear what I'm saying. If you go through this, man, these people are not people of your peers. They say that they want you got to be judged by people of your peers. Some of these people was coming from the boondock hicks out in rural towns, man. Some of these people ain't seeing black people until they enter the city limits of Philadelphia, man. They don't know how we think. They don't know how we operate. They don't know why we do what we do. Not to say that's a pass to commit crime, but they just cannot identify, and they're residing over a case whereas though your lawyer is trying to save your life and the DA is trying to take your life. And all they know is like the stuff that they hear.
None of them never probably even got pulled over before by police.
Ever. No type of, they don't, all they hear is the vicious, the callous stuff that they're saying, they're portraying you to do. So that is, you have foot, feet, toes on your face from the drive, yo. You going in there face down from the drive, man. You have like that jury, man. That jury, I just wanted to make y'all aware, that jury, man, picking that jury, man. People say, there's a saying, I'd rather be judged by 12 and carried by 6 and all that, man. Listen, man, if you're getting judged by 12, you might as well get carried by 6, man. If you ain't got outright evidence that you ain't do that, a lot of these people, man, do not know, man. They're coming in and they're seeing these little black boys up here on trial, or grown black boys or grown black women. And all they know is what they was brought and grown up to believe, man. Like we're black people, man, we're going to keep it honest, man. We're looked at as violent, vicious people. Black people was not made of that. Look at us from back in the day. We was so soft that a whole race took us over and made us slaves because we were humble people. That we got hands, fists, legs, arms, and if you pay attention, that makes sense. We could fight just like the Caucasians or Spanish can fight. But we were so much of nice people that you could come tie me and my wife and we'd get out in this field and pick sand for 19 hours. We're not a vicious people. We're people of we like homely. But now today, it's a totally flip script. Like I don't know if it's because we've been enslaved or because of this, but I know today, you know, they label the black man to be the most violent and the most vicious in everything. Like me and my man just had to go through food stamps, the most people on food stamps. It's way more blacks make up 17% of America, bro. Caucasians make up 70%. And we talking about people on food stamps and everything. Because me and my man talking about who get the food stamps. I'm like, man, blacks on it's way more. I'm talking about triple white people on food stamps, government assistance than it is black people.
So Trump,
and I'm not making this like a racial thing or nothing like that. No, we're just calling out facts.
because of the numbers. Also, the numbers are, through the roof, like you said, 70% to 17. What is it? 17%. So the numbers are through the roof. Now, on your jury trial, how many of them was African American out of the 12?
I can't really remember, but I had a couple of them, man. Out the 12, because I told you it's 14 there, just in case somebody
rotate.
Yeah, they're the alternates.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're just overhearing, but they don't get the rule. Like if all 12 stay, they don't get to have a right into what to say because all 12 stayed. You know what I'm saying? They only there in case one of them got to be excused from the trial. So now one of them will fill in. You understand? So, yeah, man, it's just, I hope y'all are aware of that, man. That's what's going on too, man. It's like you don't got a chance, man. So if you're going out here committing these crimes, man, the odds are stacked against you. I hate when people say, man, oh, man, they in there. I can't believe they in there. They punishing. They don't come get us out our bed for nothing, man. You got to be doing something for them to come get you. They just got the laws harsh, and we still choose to go out here and break these laws.
Exactly.
It starts with us. They're not coming to get us at gunpoint. Yo, we're saying you sold drugs. Get in here 40 years. No, we know what the drugs do, not only to the community, not only to ourselves, but what these people was giving us time for it. We know all this before. I'm quite sure anybody that sold anything that's illegal know that if you get caught with this, you're going to jail. That's why you hide it. You stash it in your ass, under your nuts, in your mouth, wherever you put it at. That's why you put it where you put it at, because you know you ain't supposed to be doing it. So then when they catch you and give you 50 years instead of 10 years, then you boo-hoo, oh my, why I get the 50? You shouldn't have been doing it in the first place. And I had to learn that first. I start with me first. Man, I just can't go through it no more, and I will not, and I am not going through it no more. So, and to say further from that, I'm gonna go ahead and get my black ass a 9 to 5, which I already got now, and trying to get more now. That's why I'm up here talking to y'all about it, where I could try to at least save one of y'all, and I think I've done my job right if I just get through to one.
So now we're gonna just jump into the question thing. So I think I got a question that says, Be easy. He said, can you break down the career criminal guideline and how the feds use your criminal history to give you time?
I could break it down, but I would be all over the place right now. I would probably answer this question tomorrow when I have, because I got a book that we go by, Busted by the Feds. This is like the Bible. This is the equivalent to like the Bible in jail. Like this book tells you your criminal history, your guidelines. Me, I just knew about me, and I just was wild, and I wasn't listening to nothing. But I know how to break it down, but I want to give it to you in your proper format. So tomorrow I'm gonna come back with everything and tell you about the breakdown and how they classify you, if it's your first offense, second offense, how they enhance you. I want to make sure that I got everything through to you, so when I'm done answering the question, you'll be thoroughly aware and prepared in case you're breaking crimes or what you got to go through. But you might not be. You just might want to be well informed, and I want to have you well informed.
We got another question for you. It says, it's from Troy White. He says, can a person be a super savage in the streets and then get to the feds and be a turkey? Do you have any situations where you've seen it firsthand?
Hey, I see it all the time, man. You see it all the time, man. You got dudes in there, man, that gun something down, get in there and get the shit slapped out of him, man. Get in there and and be looking like, well, damn, why you slap me like that? And then that's the only thing that happened, that they slapped. Yes, it's a lot of people in there that was busting that gun. In there, it ain't no gun, man. And that knife work is a little bit harder than that gun work, because that gun, you could pop, 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 pop. No, that knife work, you got to be up close, and especially if he fighting back. So then you got to make it count. You got to be putting it in him. That's a little bit more tedious than shooting the person and running off. No, but for real though, we want some real like it's a pause, but that they pushing that knife in you over and over again. Yeah, that's way more. But to answer the question, you got a whole lot of dudes that come in there that was busting that gun. They take that joint, all that gun stop at the door. You in here with savages, and now this is where your endurance coming at. This is where your fight game coming at. This is where your heart coming at, because you ain't getting away with what you do. You know, a lot of dudes shoot people and hide and juke and wear masks. Nah, once you stab, you got to be on front line every time, and a lot of dudes ain't equipped for none of that.
Yeah, you know, if you see, look at the gun violence, you look at a lot of these shootings. It's like it's easy to do it. Really, I mean, once you get past the point where you don't care, to go up there and just shoot somebody is like, it's easy to do it. But a hand-to-hand combat or like a real live fight, you got to really
And he right back. Yeah.
Imano on Imano.
See, but these ain't no regular fights like a regular, like you watching boxing matches. These fights come with niggas grabbing your ass. Nigga, it's everything to win. Grabbing your dick, biting your face. Nigga, you stabbing him, but you think he gonna ball. That nigga gonna grab your face and latch onto that mouth and that nose together and take it. Now what? Now you got to really keep, these fights is brutal, these animal savage fights. Man, I got a homie, man, named Ra, man. Peace upon Ra soul, man. May Allah make it easy on him in his grave, out of whom I mean. Ra died, man, from North Philly, man, was Muslim, man. Ra died to complications that he had out here on the street with the drugs or whatever the case may be, but he's no longer with us. But Ra got into it with a Baltimore nigga. And for all my co-defendants and everybody was at McKean with us, and Ra was one of them dudes, he thought he was like a cell boss, and, you know, because Philly had the numbers on the yard, and he was a Spanish boy. He was throwing his weight around. And while I had a Baltimore nigga as a celly, Baltimore nigga was humble, quiet, mind his business. Always watch out for the motherfuckers that ain't loud and banging on their chest for bravado. You know, not to say all of them is men, because you have cowards that shut up. But a lot of niggas that shut up, that don't mean they a coward. And this is one of them. But that Baltimore nigga damn near, listen, man, they took, listen, after the Baltimore nigga was done with Ra, and Ra one of them dudes that bark all day long. Man, he knocked Ra out in the cell, man. And as Ra sleep on the floor, he's on top of him. He straddled him. And he got his elbows, he's on him, and he just banging his face out with his elbows. So you got nothing but solid bone going into soft tissue of your face. He knocked out like 19 of his teeth. He rearranged his facial skull. They did 3 surgeries on this man. That man went to Springfield Hospital, we forgot about Ra. Like 3 years, they brought him back to the same yard that it had, because they had to send him to a hospital institution. Yeah. Like, because they couldn't take care of his injuries at that institution we was at. He had 3 different surgeries on his face in the course of damn near 3 years, man. These are savage animal lock-in. Like, I'm talking about everything you see an animal do in a fight, that's what you're going to see inside themselves. I'm talking about everything. I've seen a nigga come out, no ear, or it's flapping. Damn. What happened, cuz? Man, get my ear. Get my ear. Somebody get my ear. He holding the little nub that's left. Like, you laugh, though. But this some real live shit, man. This shit is crazy, man. Yeah. This shit crazy, and I tell it with so much passion and vigor that it's just off the chain.
Yeah. Wow. That was a vivid imprint on my brain. Now look, yeah. So these type of fights aren't always happening because people just trying to, live. But when they do happen, they just go all the way. It go from 0 to 100 real fast in these type of situations. So that's just a crazy situation, man. Now, any more questions? Anybody got any more questions? Waiting for some questions. And don't forget, man, show support. Keep us out of court, man. If you can, any donation you can make to Tales from the Jails will be greatly appreciated. We appreciate everyone who's been tuning in, and so hold on, ask you a question. What happened to him? He came back to the prison after this?
Yeah, he came back, man. It was like Play-Doh. You know how nose lined up? It was here. The nose where it was supposed to be at, it was on his cheek now. They put everything back the best they could. His mouth had a different juncture and turn to it. A cheek was over here on the jawline, a cheekbone. An eye was higher than the other eye, but they just put everything back as best as they could. Then they went back in. They had 3 surgeries on him. Like, damn, we got to go ahead and mount this a little higher. You know what I'm saying? All on face work. This man was in there out. He was in there damn near dead. In there dead, it got to come to a point in everybody's lives where, though, they know they end, man. Like right now, I'm going to give y'all a story, man. Story time, man. Tales from the Jails, man. You already know. I don't like to say stories, but I like to say facts, man. And this one is going to be a little light one right here, but how I knew everybody know when they come to the end of their criminal enterprise, when they want to seek redemption for themselves and want to start doing right. And I'm going to tell you about a time that happened in the street where I knew this ain't for me, man. I'm going to go ahead and make my exit, man, and try to get me this 9 to 5. All right. We out there one day, and I'm from down the bottom. People like to call it the bottom. It's near the bottom, 42nd and Brooklyn.
The bottom is on the other side of Lancaster.
Other side of Lancaster Avenue is the bottom.
Yeah, once you cross 40, it's just the bottom.
For the people that know, the gang member young boys, which is a lot of them is my young boys that patrol that area. Okay, we ain't gonna get into all the name saying and all that, but you know, I'm just letting you know who if you know about, you know, certain little dudes from the city and what part of the city they be in, then you know what dudes, what gang members was in this part of the city at the time. So I'm sitting there, it's a Sunday, I never forget. It's a Sunday, I'm in there, I'm watching sports on my phone. I got the NFL app. It's probably like, it's ready to be kickoff. It's like 12:52, 12:53, breezy. It's breezy out there, a little chilly. It's about October, late October, around this time, November, well into football season. But you know, I'm out there selling the Yerk Daddies. For the people that know, they know what Yerk Daddy, the Yerkies. You know, I'm out there, I'm doing that. In my older years, after I came home from prison, which called me to get this violation. This is how I knew I was getting done with the streets. You know, I'm sitting there. I got the dog on me. Y'all know what dog is. I got it on me. You know what I mean? I'm not looking for trouble. I'm just protecting myself during the course of me, you know, in my criminal activity. But I'm on one side of the street parked. I'm waiting for dudes to call my phone while I can serve them. I'm sitting on one side of the street. On the other side of the street, we got a basketball court out there on the block. So the young boys will come out, and they'll shoot around, and they got their little girlfriends out. You know how young boys, they 19, 20, 18, 17, all the young boys. It's probably about 8, 9 of them at the time. I'm not paying attention to them. They all know me. Oh, what's up? Oh, you know, they give me I'm a big homie from the neighborhood. Sitting out there, we chilling, whatever. Well, they chilling on the other side underneath the basketball court with the little bras. They got like two little squatters right there. They driving in. And I'm on the other side of the street. I'm looking at my phone at the game. You know, I'm a diehard avid Eagle fan. So, you know, I ain't trying to miss a second of that. So, okay, I'm watching the game. As I'm watching the game, I hear a pop, a close pop, like, oh, excuse me, not a pop, a boom. I'm like, what the hell? It's so close that I'm dunking in my car. I'm thinking one of the my young boys is shooting at me. I look up, I see them all. Y'all know how the back in the day movies is, how the joint go, like the Cowboys joints with that theme. And you see the little cactus balls and all that rolling down the desert and all that. This how these young boys was. All I heard was and I'm looking and I see young boys rolling. I see girls rolling over them. And as I look past them, I see a red truck stopped on the corner of the block, Brooklyn and Wallace. And there's a dude hanging out the back seat of the window. But he not aiming at the car where I'm at because I'm like a little ways from him. He aiming at the pile of young boys. But they rolling, flipping. I'm talking about they down there like little jackrabbits, chicks and everything. They run all in the back of what's the name crib? Reef Buck. They run in the back of her crib, you know, they go in there, whatever. I jumps out the car. My heart racing because I see him speed off. It's a nigga out the back. They in a red Jeep. The young boys all in the backyard, they over there trying to regroup themselves, and you see them come running out and running to their cars and getting out of there. So I'm like, damn. So everybody dispersing the whole scene, but he shot like twice. It was like boom, boom. It was delayed, John. But then I see who doing it. He got a mask on or whatever. Get out. I'm like, damn, man. I know the cops coming, so I got to go post up somewhere else. I go sit on my aunt porch just to see. But you know, half the time the cops don't come.
Yeah.
And this, mind you, it's 1 o'clock. I call bro. Bro know who he is. Bro, shout out, bro. You watching. I call him FaceTime. Like, bro, they came through, man, just shooting at the young boys, man. This shit was crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? Now, mind you, I'm walking down the street. I'm outside of the car. I'm walking down the street. Everybody dispersed. Chicks done ran. Niggas done ran. They done jumped in cars. The car that did it, he done pulled off. This, mind you, this happened probably about 4-5 minutes ago. Mm-hmm. I'm walking up to the corner. I got the gun on me. I think I'm big shit. And I'm like, yeah, man, you know, somebody came through here and shot at the young boys. That shit was crazy. So I'm sitting there, I'm standing in the middle of the street. I'm the only one out here. As I'm talking to bro, I'm like, yeah, man, that shit was crazy, man, such and such, such and such. I happen to look up. I look up to the same corner where the truck was at. It's back in the same spot. I'm an old man. That's what I'm thinking, like, damn, hold up. They back out here looking to see if the young boys came back out the house. They got to be. I see the back window come down, so now I'm like kind of clutching, but I'm like, they ain't look. I'm not on the side of the street where they had their attention at. They look over at me. I'm on the phone with my man. Next thing I know, he just start throwing that shit. Doom, 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 my direction. I drop my gun. I fall all underneath the back of the car. I scrape my hand. I drop my phone, so I hear my man. I'm telling him about what happened. He on the phone. Young man, black. I can't even say nothing. I'm away from the phone. I'm scared to grab it. He like, you good, man? I'm like, by the time I hear the car pull back off, I'm scooping over the gun. I get my gun. It's a brand new Glock 40, the big joints. This joint scraped all up bad now. I'm talking, I went out bad. I damn near threw the gun underneath the car. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, then them niggas spun the block in seconds and was on my ass now. I'm like, yeah, that's when I realized, like, yeah, I don't have the strength for this no more. I cannot stand out here and sit here in these battles. This is no longer a game for me. And it took me 40-something years to see that I wasn't with that no more. And it's sad. Hopefully I can get a bunch of y'all to pay attention. Y'all ain't got to wait 40-something years or lose your life to see that this shit is bad. But it got bad. It got bad on me.
Yeah. I remember.
Yeah. That was a bad morning. That's when I knew. That's when I knew in my heart, yeah, it's over with. I ain't got nothing good coming, man.
That's a hell of a story right there.
Yeah.
So you been done ever since.
Huh?
You was contemplating retirement.
No. It was over with after that.
Yeah.
After that, I had like a few little skirmishes and all that, but I was already making my exit. That right there, I was like, yeah, I ain't got the energy for it no more. And I seen that I was scared. Because I really had, like, I seen him. Before I even seen Young Boy put the gun out the window and point at me. I'm on the phone with bro. I'm like, damn, shit. They done pulled. He talking about something, what's up? I ain't even saying nothing. I'm looking. And that nigga started letting that shit fly. Man, I don't know how I threw the gun.
Why you throw the gun, though?
Man, I'm on the tip. I hope they see that I'm surrendering. I don't want this.
You surrendering?
Yes. Man, I ain't with all that shit, man. I'm trying to get me a couple dollars, man. That shit was over with, man. Man, that shit was over with, man. That was over with.
When we was young, we was more gun holding that, but
yeah, but but that ain't our day no more. That's when I seen it's over with.
That's what I'm saying. Like, like that's just.
Yeah, y'all laugh about it. That shit was crazy.
They talk about the time, but we talk about more time. The time I was out there in the situation, I was gone. But yeah, like, this stuff is just crazy, man. This stuff is just crazy out here, man. We gotta be safe, man. And it's a time and the place for everything, man. And things happen in life that kind of give you ideas of when it's time to change your life around. So let's see. See if we got any more questions in here. People cracking up about the joke. Hey, yo, what's up, everybody?
See, you laugh. I'm telling you, man, that's and if you see, I was lucky enough to still have my life. So I said, damn, since I got my life, I'm going to go ahead and take my little life and get the fuck on down the road. I'm cool.
Yeah.
I'm all the way cool. That day let me know I'm not built for it no more. I'm thinking because I got the Glock the 4-pound Glock on me. I'm out there. I'm doing big things. Ain't nobody going to do nothing to black. Nah, it come at a point in a person's life when you got to know how to hold them or goddamn fold them. And that day I folded it. When them people, I had some fresh Lululemons on. It was all Lululemon velour. It was like a little cotton knitted joint. I just put it on fresh Sunday. Man, I got a hole in the knee part. My hand scraped up, my gun scraped up, my phone cracked. I hear my man on the other side of the tire, black. I'm scared to yell back because I don't know if they stop right there. I'm just thinking, please don't, I hope they ain't jump off this car. Man, that shit was crazy as shit, man. That shit was over with, man. Yeah.
Yeah. Alhamdulillah, David Santos. You're right. So, let's see. We'll answer some questions, man. We'll get back. It's time for Thoha. But we got a question from Robert Holmes. He says, "Can a man of small stature survive in jail?"
What happened there?
Robert Holmes. He said, "Can a man of small stature survive in jail?"
I don't understand. Like meaning like small
person,
wise.
like a small
Yes. They be the ones going crazy in jail. Who just asked that question?
Robert Holmes.
Hey, Rob. Hey. Oh, I think that's the Cody too. But if I'm thinking, you asked that question before. Can a man of small stature? That's the same question we asked. The same person asked that question. Yes, they can.
Shout out to Leon Coatesville checking in. It says, well, he's saying basically like someone who isn't 6 foot. So size, as far as height and weight don't really mean nothing, man. It's all about what you got. People be having heart. You know what I'm saying? You see the biggest bulls hang out of heart.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
they be the ones that getting the shit slapped out of them, and they're the big niggas. And it be the little nigga that you talking about in stature that's slapping him.
Yes, all these questions about height and all that, like 3'11", 215, Yeah, man. Height don't really mean nothing, man. You know, it's just a matter of who you are and and like minding your business. From my understanding, speaking to the guys. Also, question from 311-215. It says, also, if the feds are already on you on the outside, if you immediately stop all criminal activity for years, will they fall back or still convict you? This is a good question.
Your ass is going to still get convicted, especially if they all right, let me give you a scenario. They investigated they surveillanced my case, they say, for 5 years before they came and apprehended all suspects involved. You're telling me that you surveillanced my case for 5 years. It was 36 to 38 of us on this case, on the CCO, the Courtney Carter organization. I was only home that 5 years, how many months? 6 months?
Mm-hmm.
That they knew about me. They gave me 6 months into the indictment. So yes, you could be doing acts if they was already surveillancing you, trying to pitch you with something, and then you so happen to stop, they still coming to get you about that little year that you had on their time, or 6 months or a month that they had on. You're going to pay for that little month they watched you for. You goddamn right.
So yeah, man. So sometimes they can always backdate and come and get you. Like I saw a brother, man. I don't mention the brother's name, but the brother had a family out here, got married, just had a baby, and he was around me all the time. We in classes together. I'm talking about for like maybe 2 years straight. It was like a close companion of mine. Like I see him all the time. I always see him with his family, and he coming around with his wife, and all these different things. Ramadan, and then he I ain't seen him for a couple of days. So he came back. Like I seen him like a week. He said, "Yeah, the feds indicted me, or whatever case may be, on the case." But he was like out. They got him out. They had like ankle monitor on. It was like something that was going on, and then they sentenced him. He got like 10 or 15 years, something like in prison. He should be coming home soon. But it was something that happened years ago. He was explaining to me like this happened years and years ago. I was doing this, doing that, and they was doing some stuff through like the mail, or whatever. Mm-hmm. And they booked him. You know what I'm saying? He was doing the right thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy.
I'm gonna get back to a couple of these questions.
Go ahead.
Somebody, KK Twin Gang, Black, what you gonna call your drink when it's made? I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you stay away from that.
Then somebody said, Young Sai, Black, got the fuck out of there. Yes, I did. Mm-hmm. Yep. All right, that red Jeep turned him into a humble. You better say it turned me to humble. Listen, it wasn't. I got a story, but I ain't gonna get into that one. I'm gonna give you the story that turned me to a humble Humza. But this one was sent me on the course. But the next story that I will give you be the solidification of my humble Humza-ness ways. But yeah, let me get back to that. Remember Lil Marty, bro? Yeah, I remember Lil Marty, Shaq. I think I seen Lil Marty the other day at Germantown Masjid. Lil Marty crazy as all out best shit. Say, hey, Heem, you over here got me dying over here. I'm glad I could have you. I mean, laugh and take away some pain sometime, man. It's good for the soul. Sure. Jay Shine said, how can you go about getting a job in prison or the trades program? Oh, the job, they either assign you to a job or you go find the one that you want to go get. I'm talking about that's from orderly, that's cleaning up the unit, to yard maintenance, to working in a hobby. I mean, let's say a hobby craft, not hobby craft. Working in facilities where you go fix toilets all around the jail and stuff like that. But yeah, it's easy to sign up for a job. It's very easy. You ain't even got to sign up on it. You will have one if you don't go get one yourself. Yeah, preferably what they call it. They have you outside working the rec yard, one of them, or the kitchen. Just assign you to kitchen and you in the dish room all day long. You will have a job if you don't go searching for one. Okay. Cloth Talk Podcast say, do y'all get invited to speak at schools in the city? No, not yet, but I can't wait until we can.
Yeah, we're gonna start doing that. We should do that. We should do like a high school run.
Yeah.
All the high schools and starting just in our city and then go around. Because I'm pretty sure we go to the the people of these schools, the school districts, so forth and so on. They probably will allow us to get and start doing it. Thanks for that. That's a good thing.
Yeah, we're gonna look. Yeah, I would love to go in there and speak to a lot of these kids because I think I could identify. We both can identify from my back. I'm not one of them snobby ass niggas that I learned my lesson, so now I think I'm better than the rest. That's where a lot of people differ at. They get into they platform and they may have accomplished some things to better themselves in lives, but where the drop off come when they are constantly admonishing. No, I understand why I was y'all. And when I say that, that's like click to say because everybody said I was y'all. No, I really was y'all. And sometimes today I still am y'all. I just know better. That's all.
Yeah. Never look down or show a frown.
Black, what happened to the YNs? Talib Washington. They ain't got no direction, man. So at least even when my era, I'm 45 years old, my era growing up, we had old heads. We had big homies. Like that's with the generation. I think our generation died with the big homies. Like you and when I say big homie, I was 15. My big homie was 25, 27 years apart from me. You got a 19-year-old talking about his young boys. All y'all young boys, man, you talk about your young boys because he's 17. And man, you were young, you 19, what you know more than him? Mm-hmm. Get out of here. And that's with no disrespect, that's respectfully.
And also, next guest tomorrow at 6 p.m., Spado. Spado is going to be on Tales from the Jail. Spado, me and Spado was chopping it up. Talking about some good things, man. Spado is another person in the city who has an amazing story. He's changed his life. He's also talked about, helping the youth. He's currently doing a lot of different things within the community, working with the youth. So don't forget to tune into Spado's episode tomorrow. Also, if you're a member, you can watch it today. And don't be, scared to become a member. We need all the support we can. We got to make sure that we are supporting one another. Like my guy Otis Ryder always take that quote, show support to keep us out of court. And Spado tomorrow. And we got some good female guests that's gonna be coming up too, man. Some good stories, man. We got a story. Shout out to my guy Mark. That story is coming up real soon.
Which one? Naima. Shout out to Naima.
Yeah, it's crazy. That's a crazy story. That's gonna rock y'all.
Shout out to Side Money Bag. She coming.
Yeah.
Side Money Bag, got to tell you for all y'all that don't know about Side Money Bag, these women that did time, federal prison, stand up, ain't told on nobody, and did time. Mm-hmm. When I say time, they did over 5 years. For a woman to be doing a woman doing 5 years in confinement, that's like, even it's crazy for a man, but you would expect a man more so that can get through that. But for a woman that got kids, yeah, we got these women tell you their story and they coming right up for y'all.
Yeah, man. So, like I said, Spado tomorrow. And, don't forget to become a member, and also you can listen to us on, if you driving, go onto Apple Podcasts. You can listen to us, Spotify, iHeart, Radio. We are on all those platforms because we want to make sure everybody is safe. You don't want you looking at your phone on YouTube or watching us on YouTube and, you crash your car, so forth and so on, because we want to make sure you keep yourself safe and everybody around you in the community. But any more quick thing else you want to say? Anything else you want to speak about?
Oh, somebody said, no, I just want to answer a couple more questions. Somebody said, Black, how can you define if a rat told on you? If a rat told on you, you're going to have the paperwork. You just don't guess it. Especially if y'all co-defendants or something like that. Even if y'all not co-defendants and you're going to trial, you have to get your jinx material. They have to give you all type of evidence that they have against you so you can prepare. They don't hold nothing from you. And then, one day they just popping up like this is rat. They might have a surprise witness, but you're going to see the person that's saying that you did that. So you're going to see, you're going to know.
And also, don't forget to follow us on TikTok, Instagram. Also, and become, subscribe and become a member on YouTube. And, also you can be subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all those other platforms as well. You can reach out to us and, and we want to get some of our fans on the show as well. So we're going to start that. We're going to do something real soon to choose a few fans, a few people that subscribe to the channel and get them on our platform, just to be here. And also we're going to do a live shooting one day real soon. We're going to have tickets available for people that want to come to that. So, but we appreciate everybody though, for sure, and anything else you want to add, Mr. Jackson?
I wanted to give DJ, AKA Mr. Sandman, shout out. Thank you, man. I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, we love the support. Anything else you want to do before we shut it down?
Oh man, stay out of jail, man. I'll be back at y'all tomorrow, man, with some more information, man. But stay out of jail, man. Stay aware, man. And sometimes you can't avoid jail. Like somebody might do something that's outlandish to your family members. Because I'm not gonna be the one to sit here and tell you to curl up and go sit in the motherfucking corner somewhere. Nah, I'm never gonna tell you that. But what I will give you is what's gonna happen when you get in there. Tales from the jails, man.
Yeah, Tales from the Jails. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. It's Tales from the Jails, and we out. We out here. We are.